The events of the film begin in Chicago, where a young boy named Sahar goes to a small shop to sell his rings, desperately in need of money. The shop owner gives him only $25, leaving Sahar feeling cheated, though he has no other choice. As he steps outside, a group of troublemakers blocks his path and steals the money. However, with quick thinking and agility, Sahar outmaneuvers them, knocks one of them to the ground, retrieves his money, and escapes by running across the rooftops, leaving them stunned by the speed and daring of such a young child. Sahar returns to his father and asks him to choose one of his hands in a magic trick. He reveals the money and asks his father to use it to pay off their debts. His father laughs and tells him that if they were to pay that amount, the bank would end up owing them. It soon becomes clear that the father is facing foreclosure. The family circus is at risk of being seized and sold at a public auction if the bank loans are not repaid. Determined to save it, the father decides to strike a deal with the bank. He will present a circus performance unlike anything they have ever seen, in exchange for withdrawing the decision to shut the place down. The following day, a bank committee arrives to watch the show, led by Anderson. Both the father and Sahar are at the height of their focus, and the father is secretly carrying a weapon. They deliver a breathtaking performance, pouring all their talent and effort into the act, almost certain they have won the committee's admiration. The shock comes when Anderson announces his final decision. They are given only 5 days to vacate the circus. The verdict hits the father like a thunderbolt. Sahar, however, rushes forward, pleading with Anderson and performing circus moves and sleight-of-hand tricks he has mastered, hoping to make him reconsider and allow them to keep the circus, but that man was hard-hearted and showed no mercy toward them. At that moment, the father stopped his son Sahar and said bitterly, "My son, never beg anyone. Dignity is not given to you by others unless you create it for yourself." After that, the father pulled out his weapon and aimed it at Anderson, but at the very last second he hesitated and chose instead to end his own life. He fired a bullet into his head before his son's stunned eyes. Years passed, and Sahar grew up carrying a single promise within him: revenge against the bank that had caused his father's death. He swore he would never rest until he saw it completely ruined. On one of America's streets, an elderly man was asking for charity when suddenly a banknote fell into his cup. As he raised his head, he was shocked to see money raining down from the sky. Sahar was behind it all. He had robbed the bank and distributed the money. It wasn't long before the police surrounded him from every direction. He hid inside a truck, but they surrounded that too. Suddenly, the door burst open and Sahar emerged on his motorcycle at insane speed. The police chased him through the streets of Chicago. When a massive truck blocked his path, he skillfully passed beneath it and emerged on the other side. One officer tried to catch him on a motorcycle and ordered him to stop, but Sahar calmly kicked him away and sent him flying. Sahar entered a parking garage, and everyone thought he was trapped with no way out. Yet he suddenly vanished and reappeared on the other side of the building, in a way no one could understand. Meanwhile, we move to India, where we see Ali hanging upside down in the hands of a gang he had been trying to arrest. The gang leader mocked him, saying, "Where is that partner you kept bragging about? If he came now, we'd finish him." Ali replied calmly, "Don't rush." Suddenly, the roar of an Indian triporter motorcycle engine echoed, and Jai appeared, storming the place and knocking down the gang members one by one until he rescued his partner. It became clear then that Jai and Ali were the most elite police officers in India. We returned to America, where the press had gathered in front of the second branch of the bank, which had been robbed for the second time in a row. The bank president, Anderson, was present alongside the police. They noticed that the thief always left symbols and writings in the Indian language, confirming that the culprit was Indian. For this reason, the American authorities summoned officers Jai and Ali for assistance. Jai is extremely intelligent, serious about his work, and dislikes jokes, while Ali is his complete opposite. A carefree man who, the moment he sees a beautiful woman, starts imagining his life with her as a husband, a father, and even a grandfather. A female officer arrived to receive them at the airport. She took Jai with her on a motorcycle, while Ali was sent on the bus. At the same time, Sahar was overseeing the construction of his circus, which he was building using the money stolen from the bank. His assistant informed him that they had tested many girls to work in the circus, but none of them met the required level. As they were talking, a girl named Alia entered. She had arrived late for the audition and began pleading with Sahar to give her just one chance, promising she would amaze him. Sahar agreed and gave her only 5 minutes. Alia began showcasing her astonishing skills in dance and movement, and she truly succeeded in impressing him with her talent. Sahar immediately welcomed her into his team. After returning home, Sahar heard Officer Jai on the news publicly challenging him, declaring that he would wait for his next robbery to finally arrest him. Sahar did not hesitate. He devised a clever plan and went himself to the police station to meet Jai. Pretending to be an Indian citizen who wanted to help, Sahar told Jai that he knew the thief they were searching for. He pulled out a flash drive containing photos of himself with a man dressed as a clown and convinced Jai that this clown had once worked with him at the circus. The ruse worked. Jai trusted Sahar and even asked him to come to the bank the next day to help anticipate the thief's next move. The following day, Sahar entered the bank as a security consultant, but his real objective was to secretly film the interior in precise detail using a hidden camera embedded in his shirt buttons. In this way, he studied every corner and security system without arousing any suspicion. While Jai was puzzled by how the clown appeared and disappeared so mysteriously, Sahar called him to say that the thief would most likely rob the bank that very day. And indeed, the robbery took place, money raining down once again as a fierce chase began. The police cornered Sahar on the bank's rooftop, but he was prepared. He pulled out a strong cable from his bag and attached it to a massive crane, then tricked the police into thinking he was carrying a bomb, forcing them to step back. In a split second, he jumped and descended skillfully to the ground. He mounted his motorcycle and sped off at a pace, with Jai and Ali pursuing him on their own bikes. The chase reached a drawbridge that was lifting upward, and everyone thought Sahar would fall. But he accelerated, leapt forward, and launched himself toward the river. Midair, the motorcycle transformed into a jet ski, and he continued his escape across the water. Jai followed him in a speedboat, while Ali tried to intercept him from another direction on his bike. But, true to his nature, Ali got distracted by two beautiful girls and lost focus, allowing Sahar to escape and return to land. A helicopter carrying Jai continued the pursuit. Jai opened fire and hit Sahar in the shoulder, but before he could shoot again, Sahar disappeared into a tunnel that concealed him from view. The next day, Sahar put on a grand circus performance. After the show ended, Jai confronted him backstage with confidence, saying, "I've figured out your trick. You are the thief, and I shot you in the shoulder yesterday." He demanded that Sahar remove his shirt to show the wound. The shock was overwhelming. Sahar's shoulder was completely unharmed, with no trace of a bullet wound. Even X-ray scans revealed nothing at all. Stunned, Jai asked, "How did you hide the wound so quickly?" Sahar replied coldly, "Officer, my profession is concealment. I am a magician." Jai left, vowing to arrest Sahar no matter how long it took. Sahar returned home and stood in front of the mirror. And there, the truth began to emerge. What he saw in the mirror was not a reflection. It was his twin brother, Samar. Samar suffers from a mild mental disorder, and on the night their father took his own life, Samar had been hiding inside a box, unable to get out. From that day on, the two brothers made a pact to destroy the bank that had driven their father to his death. Sahar began treating Samar's wound, the one caused by Jai's bullet, and it was then revealed that the two brothers had been brilliantly switching roles all along, making everyone believe they were a single person. Meanwhile, officers Jai and Ali received orders to abort their mission and return to India after failing to capture the thief. On their way back, Ali refused to return defeated and convinced Jai that they had to stay, reclaim their dignity, and catch the culprit. They decided to remain secretly and devised a surveillance plan. Disguised, Jai followed Samar as he returned home, and there, he uncovered the shocking truth. The thief was not one man, but twins. Jai learned that Samar visited the amusement park every weekend to unwind, so he and Ali devised a clever plan. Jai disguised himself as a homeless man, stealing food from Ali, who pretended to sell sandwiches. Samar, kind-hearted by nature, felt sorry for the homeless man, gave him food, and struck up a conversation. They spent a pleasant time playing together, and since Samar had no friends, he grew attached to the tramp, Jai, and even gave him a ticket to visit him at the circus. While Sahar was planning the biggest heist yet, one meant to bankrupt the bank once and for all, Jai, still in disguise, went to meet Samar at the circus. He noticed that Samar was clearly attracted to Alia. Jai began to exploit this weakness to sow discord between the brothers. Sure enough, Samar returned and asked Sahar to let him perform with Alia this time. Despite his hesitation, Sahar agreed when he saw how determined his brother was. Samar delivered a stunning performance with Alia, and in the end, she agreed to go out with him. As Samar prepared to leave, Sahar confronted him angrily, saying, "Have you lost your mind? She's attracted to the persona I created." If you go out with her, she'll discover our secret immediately. Did we come here to avenge our father, or to fall in love? For the first time, Samar snapped back sharply. Know your limits. We may share one face, but we have two minds. Stop giving me orders. Sahar lost control and struck Samar across the face. The first time he had ever laid a hand on him. Samar left, heartbroken, and met Alia. With innocent honesty, he said, I need to tell you something. I don't know how to tie my shoelaces. Will you do it for me? Alia laughed mockingly and said, all that arrogance I see in you, and you can't even tie your shoes? Without meaning to, Samar shattered Sahar's imposing image in front of her. While Ali watched from a distance, Officer Jai went to the bank president and the police to announce that he had uncovered the thief's identity. He told them the story of Sahar's father, who had taken his own life because of the bank, confirming that the motive behind the crimes was revenge. He demanded full support for the upcoming operation. Meanwhile, Samar was talking to Alia, who said to him in confusion, I don't know why I feel like you are two people in one arrogant, and the other kind, overflowing with admiration. Samar asked her, and which one do you prefer? She replied, the second one, you. Then she left, planting emotions in his heart that made him feel superior to his brother for the first time. Later, Samar met his friend Jai, still in disguise. Jai decided to reveal his cards and said, I know your secret, you are twins. You must convince your brother to turn himself in. I promise I will stand by you in court, because this path of revenge will end with one of you dead. As Jai extended his hand toward Samar, he was suddenly struck hard and thrown to the ground. This was not Samar, it was Sahar, who had seen through the plan from the very beginning. Sahar had been watching his brother and realized that Jai was exploiting Samar's innocence. He sedated Samar, placed him in the car, then tied Jai to a railway track and left a train heading toward him before walking away. If it were not for Ali's last-second intervention, Jai would have been killed. Alarms blared at another branch of the bank as Sahar and Samar launched their greatest heist. They released suffocating gas, forcing the police to flee outside, and used the chaos to disguise themselves as a rapid response unit, slipping out unnoticed. But Jai was watching from afar. He opened fire, and an epic chase erupted through the streets of Chicago. The twins skillfully toyed with the police on their motorcycles. In a direct confrontation, Sahar and Jai battled until Sahar knocked Jai to the ground, raised a metal bar and said angrily, if you weren't Indian like me, I would kill you right now between your eyes. Then he sped off to rejoin his brother. When Jai and Ali cornered them at the edge of a broken bridge, the twins pressed a button on their bikes. The motorcycles transformed into flying vehicles, carrying them across the river and out of sight. Ali stared in shock and said, I've actually become a fan of them. It's impossible to catch them. Jai replied firmly, wait until morning. At dawn, as Sahar and Samar walked together, police helicopters and massive forces surrounded them. Samar wanted to flee, but Sahar knew the end had come. He stepped toward Jai and said, even if you arrest us, you don't have solid evidence. Then he offered a deal. I'll give you all the evidence and confessions on one condition. Let my brother Samar go. He is innocent. Jai agreed. Sahar turned to his brother and said, you are free now. Go live your life. Don't be afraid. Sahar ran and leapt from a high dam to end his life, but Samar rushed after him and grabbed his hand in midair. Sahar shouted, let me go and save yourself. Go to Alia. Through tears, Samar replied, our father told us never to let go of each other's hands, no matter what. Samar released his grip on the edge, and the two brothers fell together, meeting their fate at the bottom of the river. In the end, the twins' revenge was fulfilled. The bank officially collapsed, its branches were shut down, and its stock completely crashed. Sahar and Samar were gone, but they left behind the legend of the greatest circus. The story that brought down the biggest bank in Chicago. And here our thrilling story comes to an end. If you enjoyed the summary, don't forget to like the video and leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more stories. See you in the next video.